Yeah. So we'll start this one with the bad news first. So as you all know by now, Christian Wilkins will officially now not be re-signing with Miami. He is now a member of the Las Vegas Raiders. Best of luck to him. He got a huge payday, a payday he deserves, a payday that I think he should have gotten here. And I think that was a massive swing and a miss for the Dolphins organization, not keeping him home. Again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but Christian Wilkins, 28 years old, in his prime, one of the best, if not the best, run-stopping defensive tackle in the entire league. And you let him walk. And worse off, it's a guy that you drafted yourself, you developed him. Keep your homegrown talent home. And it's a problem. It's something that the Dolphins have been incapable of doing for years now. And it bit them in the butt again. And to add insult to injury, I'm thinking, okay, well, that at least frees up a lot of money. Oh, maybe they'll re-sign Gink. Maybe they'll keep AVG here. You know, and I know he's a fan favorite. It's not just because, yeah, he makes a play here and there. The fans love him because of the hair. No. Angel Van Ginkel is an excellent situational edge rusher. And we let him walk too. And for what he signed for, I figured, maybe the market, he's going to command a lot of money. Maybe they're trying to save. No. What he got, dude, una porqueria is what we say in Miami. It was, that's something we could have easily paid, in my opinion. But we let him go too. So two guys that I really feel like were the heart and soul of that front seven. And we let him go. But I digress from that. There is some good news today. There is some good news, with free agency starting. Miami has gone out and made some signings. A couple of them are, okay, whatever, space fillers, and a couple of them I like. I'm going to start with the linebacker room. They're really trying to retool that linebacker room, bringing back, as of right now, they're going to be bringing back David Long from last year. So, you add to that because you just lost, you're going to be losing Jerome Baker. So you add to that Jordan Brooks, former Seattle Seahawk, 6 foot, 230 pound veteran linebacker, 26 years old. And, he's got a little speed to him. He can tackle. I think he had like 76 tackles last year. So, I didn't love his PFF grade. I looked it up. It was like 57 point whatever, but those can be deceiving. He does rack up a lot of tackles. He's athletic. So, not a bad signing to kind of, add some depth and some competition to that room. You add Anthony Walker, former Cleveland Brown, 6'1", 235 pound guy out of 28 years old, out of Northwestern University. That one I like because in past years, hopefully he's not past that. He's not over the hill. He's not past his prime in any way. But there was a stretch that he had over 100 tackles in 3 out of 4 seasons. Hopefully he can return to that form if he can. I mean, that inside linebacker position is pretty solidified signing those two guys. So 2 signings that aren't bad. I see those. I'm like, okay, we'll see what we do with that. We'll see how they perform. The one I really like, though, going out and basically getting who I think is going to be our new center, Aaron Brewer. If not our new center, at least a guy that's versatile, that can play anywhere from left guard all the way to right guard. He can play left guard, center, right. Very versatile. He's played all 3 positions the past few years. He played, I believe, all of his snaps at center last year. Very experienced. He had, I believe, a 73.1 grade, 73.5 grade, something like that on PFF. I rely heavily on those grades for linemen because linemen don't really have stats, so there's not a lot you can look at. And I feel like those PFF grades are more reliable for linemen because that's all they're looking at is the percentage of time they allow sacks and things like that. But solid rating for a veteran guy that we're bringing in. I believe he's also 26, 27 years old. He's still in his prime. Bring him in. You have some flexibility there now in the interior. You can plug him in as your center. You can maybe have him at guard, depending on who you draft. So let's say you bring him in and you end up getting one of my favorite targets in that first round, Jackson Powers-Johnson out of Oregon, you really, really solidify the interior of that line, because now you got two guys that I have a lot of confidence in. Jackson Powers-Johnson, I think he's going to be durable. He's going to be reliable. I think that's your center or left guard for the next 10 years. And you just kind of go from there. A couple other signings. I know, well, not really a signing, but Jalen Ramsey, I know they restructured his deal to free up $20 million. So that was big. And I know there's rumors of L'Jarius Sneed, that corner from Kansas City. There's been rumors in the past couple of days that the Dolphins might be targeting him for a possible trade. It would be great if they can pull that off without giving up too much, because that's another dude that you can bring in his prime. He's got, a few years under his belt in the NFL. You don't have to worry about growing pains for a young corner if you draft one. So now that's two key positions addressed right away. Well, three really. You addressed inside linebacker, you addressed the interior of the line, center, guard, whichever. And if you can pull this trade off, then you address corner, because now you got him and you got Ramsey, starting corners pretty much taken care of, and then you got Cam Smith, who you're still developing. So it started with bad news, losing Wilkins, losing Van Ginkel, but I like a couple of things they've done here on the back end. I think it was David Long that tweeted something to the effect of, hey, y'all are still not believing, something like that. Cheetah posted something as well that, hey, not in so many words. He basically said, hey, have some faith in Greer. He's working. He's working in silence behind the scenes. So, a couple of moves that I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. But let's see how this goes. As for the upcoming draft, I'm always looking at that. If you address those positions now, that frees you up to, if you're not, you could address the first round by either getting Jackson Powers-Johnson, you can get Amarius Mims to get your franchise tackle. I know they're trying to bring back Teron Armstead, but let's be honest, that's money that they should have used for Wilkins, but I digress. You need to address the trenches in some way with that first pick, but now it kind of frees you up to maybe go after the best defensive tackle in the draft. I'll look up and read up on some players and tell you who I like for that pick. But yeah, some not so good news today. And a couple of decent signings that, again, Aaron Brewer, that one has me a little excited. That was a nice pickup. But we'll see where we go from here, guys. This being a Dolphins fan, this is what it's about at this time of the year. But let's see what they do. Anyways, please go down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends. As always, let's go Dolphins.